our most exciting partner in that ecosystem is Microsoft. Okay? And let me invite Puneet from our BD team and Jim from Microsoft to share with us how the partnership has been working to integrate their technologies and our technologies.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Thank
Sure.
you. We've been partnering with Microsoft for close to a decade, and it has been a long-standing partnership that started initially in the modern workplace in Office 365 and has then evolved into security. Jim, for the audience here today, for introduction, Jim is a chief security advisor at Microsoft. But more importantly, he's a practitioner. In his former life, he was the chief CISO at Coca-Cola and previously at Eli Lilly. You've been at Microsoft now for a bit.
Yep.
Would love to hear your perspective on the partnership and how it has evolved.
Yeah, thanks for that, Puneet. And the partnership with Zscaler has been quite amazing, and so we appreciate that and appreciate being a special partner with you. And what I thought we'd do is spend a few minutes just highlighting some of the key areas where we've had partnership and integration with Zscaler, and where that has really brought great business value to customers and great risk-reducing value to customers through the partnerships that we have had together. And so, yeah, one of them on this slide is really optimized connectivity. And I think that this is particularly important because when you think about the various organization security postures that we experience, one of the things that we've constantly had problems with is organizations who feel very passionate about the fact that I need to route through my security infrastructure, my security stack that sits in my data centers. And one of the things that Zscaler first did with Microsoft very, very successfully was allow us to go straight from the endpoint to Office 365 while crossing a complete security stack that Zscaler was offering, so that we could actually get around all of the hairpinning issues, all of the latency issues that we were experiencing in our data centers. And so that was just really a boon for everybody. It created a lot of user delight. It solved a lot of problems that we had been experiencing for quite a while. So a hugely successful partnership between the two companies. When we get into app integrations, that one gets a little bit more thorny because I think, as Jay has articulated about 23 times this morning, is the network perimeter is really not doing its job to secure the enterprise anymore. And so we've absolutely got to be thinking about zero trust. And so whether you're using Zscaler's Zero Trust Exchange, or you're using Microsoft's Zero Trust architecture and platform, or whether you're using both, what we've got to start thinking about is securing the workloads and securing the resources that make up those workloads, and then further securing how you get to those workloads, perhaps by Zscaler, ZIA, ZPA, and the like. And so the way we're thinking about securing applications and how you get to those is extraordinarily important. And not only how you get to those and how those workloads are secured, but then how data is flowing into and out of those. So thinking about some of the things Jay talked about this morning is, inline DLP is certainly important. And so how we're doing those app integrations are extraordinarily important as well. And then perhaps the last thing I'll talk about is just the security integrations, which are numerous between our companies. And when I think about security integrations, I think about the plight of the security operations analyst who has got to do their job, and they're certainly trying to catch security incidents more quickly and resolve them more quickly. Jay has talked numerous times this morning about machine learning and artificial intelligence. And so suffice it to say that Microsoft already reasons over 65 trillion threat signals a day. Imagine bolstering that with 300 billion transactions that we could get from Zscaler to pull in to Sentinel. So we're adding additional network telemetry and the like, because we all know that artificial intelligence and machine learning is data hungry. And so you can never feed it too much data, right? And so to the extent that we can bring all of that in, whether it's authentication data, network telemetry, and the like, that's only going to make that experience that much richer, so that we can further enable the security analysts to detect and prevent security incidents more quickly so that we can reduce the blast radius of those things. And then when we talk about some of the integrations that Zscaler has done, certainly integrations into Microsoft Sentinel are very important. But they're also discovering other things like different zero-day types of issues that they can feed directly into Defender for endpoints so that we can enrich signal that we've already got. And so there's a number of important integrations, even in what's going on with Azure Active Directory that factors into how we're accessing apps as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and the partnership is just bearing great fruit.
Great, thank you, Jim. Much appreciated. And for us, while we've been partnering for as long as we have, and have well over 1,000 customers that work well together, it's just rewarding for us that, even now you come across examples. Just a few months ago, a Fortune 100 insurance company here in North America, 60,000 users went off on their journey to modernize their infrastructure. They went through a pretty rigorous process. One of the key requirements was, getting to Office 365 as quickly as possible without that network hub and spoke architecture, getting to that front door. They deployed Zscaler with all the various security integrations that you just highlighted, and we continue to make investments to enhance those even further. They are now a big E5 shop because in this macro environment, they want to take full advantage of the entire security stack and consume the technologies that they are purchasing. That's been the other talk that we've been hearing back from our customers. One of the other things that we are trying to do to make it easier for you to consume these technologies is now to transact on the Azure marketplace. That is, again, in this macro environment, something that is top of mind for you. So, Jim, really do appreciate the partnership. Thank you again, and looking forward to additional innovations in the future.
Likewise, us as well. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Puneet, it's wonderful.